At this point, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what Pokemon Nuzlocke are. You don't? Well, alright. I guess I can let him give a quick rundown of the rules. You can only catch... Okay, I'm sorry. You can only catch the first Pokemon you encounter in an area. If a Pokemon faints, it's dead and you can't use it ever again. And you must nickname each Pokemon caught. Now, these are the rules for a noob Nuzlocke. Here's what a hardcore Nuzlocke's like. No items during battle. No leveling up past the next gym leader's strongest Pokemon. And you must play in set mode. I have beaten a hardcore Nuzlocke in the past, so for some freaking reason, I decided I was too good for the main Pokemon games and turned to fan games created for the sole purpose of being Nuzlocked instead. And without proper research or apparently learning anything from my last attempt, I tried to hardcore Nuzlocke Pokemon Renegade Platinum, which at the time I didn't realize was the hardest Gen 4 ROM hack. I can't wait to see just how terribly this goes. Hey, listen! Huh? Before I had the chance to figure out what this flying thing was, my crazy neighbor who I decided to name Coffee barged into my house, demanding that we visit Professor Rowan to receive our own Pokemon. We waited by the tall grass for Professor Rowan to spawn in and handed me a Turtwig, who I of course named Doitsu. After that, Coffee and I dueled it out, almost dying in the process, and then visited my mom to get permission to go on a journey across the entire world by myself, and with this thing that I still have no idea what it is. One of the general changes Renegade Platinum has is the insane amount of gift Pokemon they give you throughout the game, which includes the free Eevee my mom let me have, who I decided to name Tiramisu. I walked all the way to Sandgem Town, ready to rapidly press A to skip the How to Capture Pokemon tutorial Dawn always gives us in this patch of grass, when she freaking challenged me to a battle without my consent. Oh shit. Luckily, neither Doitsu or Tiramisu died before I even had the chance to get my Pokeballs. And with the said Pokeballs, I caught a Shinx who I named Tigger, accidentally crit killed my Lake Verity encounter, and made my way to Jubilife City, excited to see what kind of cool Pokemon I could get. Ew. I had almost forgotten about this weird chibi thing until he told me that the rancher in the Pokemon school gave you a free egg. Hey, I guess you aren't completely useless after all. But as I was training Geo-chan against these little kids, I also made the stupidest mistake infamous in the history of Pokemon Nuzlocke. Actually, Sturdy pre-Gen 5 only protects against one-hit KO moves like Sheer Cold and Fissure. The funny thing was, that's exactly how I learned about Sturdy. But even with that knowledge, I managed to fuck up before I even had the chance to enter the first gym. But hey, at least it was against a random kid and not, you know, the Elite Four. Also, my egg hatched literally right after into an Igglybuff. I forgot to mention, but they added Fairy type to this game, which means another type that I'm unfamiliar with. Hey, if you're going to add Gen 6 mechanics, why didn't you also update Sturdy, you piece of poo game? But there was nothing I could do about Geo-chan, so after a brief funeral, I headed east towards Roark City, beating up Coffee in the process, and looking around Roark Mine for Roark when... Hey, check it out! I think you can find something in there! Oh, hello. My second husband, Steven Stone, was just chilling in Roark Mine for some reason, I guess. But what a nice surprise! Wait, another gift Pokemon? And it's a Beldum? Wah-ha-ha-ha-ha! I expected nothing less from my bae. I then walked into the depth of the mine, found Roark, who let me choose an evolutionary stone, And of course, I got the Moonstone to level up Tiramisu into an Umbreon later down the line. After Roark scurried back to his gym, I followed right behind him and challenged him the moment he stepped foot inside. As expected of Renegade Platinum, of course the gym leaders would be stupid hard. Roark's team consists of a cringe Nosepass whose sets of Sandstorm and Stealth Rock, a Bonsly, Geodude, Onix, Larvitar, and a Cranidos, all with amazing cover moves. I started the battle with Bruley the Monferno. Oh, you know, just another gift Pokemon, but this time from Professor Rowan, who let me choose one of the 2 remaining starter Pokemons. After I set up Taunt against the Nosepass, I immediately switched to Doitsu and Fish the Finneon and wiped their team. Ha ha ha! Is this all you got, Renegade Plat? While walking to Floroma Town, the bird thing whose name I still haven't bothered to ask says to me, "Hey, check it out, I think there's some sort of event going on in the Pocket Center." Hey! Anyone who answers my questions correctly will receive all these lovely Pokemon! I may have grown up with Gen 5, but my Pokemon knowledge is still at a 10. Okay then, first question. On the Savvy Islands, is it true that the trainer town is on 7 Island? What's Savvy Islands? After a few tries and winning a bunch of battles, which was not part of the agreement by the way, I decided on a Charmander and a Totodile, who I named Charmant and Muffin respectively. Free Pokemons are nice, but the Pokemon I was the most excited for was Drifloon, who I caught and named him Scara, my baby! Right after capturing Scara, I hid it literally next door, beat up every single galactic grunts, and ran out of there in fear because Mars scares the freak out of me. Just like in the original game, her strongest Pokemon is that fat-ass Purugly, so I spent an embarrassingly long time planning the fight around her. After a while, this is the plan that I came up with. As soon as Purugly is sent out, I will immediately switch to Scara to avoid the fake out, and then switch again to the now Umbreon Tiramisu to tank the baited feint attack and covet the citrus berry she's holding. One last switch into Bruley to tank the facade and then beat her out with a bunch of Mach Punches. Nothing can go wrong! One problem is that the Purugly knows Hypnosis, so I looked around the entire area for a Chesterberry for Tiramisu to hold just in case. But the worst thing, which was totally not my fault, happened. I accidentally stepped into the tall grass and out came a Magnemite. And you guys might not think it's a big deal, but this thing had Magnet Pull, which prevents only Steel types from leaving the battle. And with my luck, guess which damn Pokemon was leading my party? And that's 2 deaths already. But surprisingly, the fight against Mars went really well, all according to my plan. Tiramisu even got put to sleep and woke up using the Chesterberry, as per my calculations. Nice! Yes! Okay! And that really made me feel like I was a Nuzlocke god practically. I then helped Cheryl across the Eterna Forest after she wanted to battle me, at which point I shouldn't even be surprised, and then went straight to scope out Gardenia when I found out that she wasn't even there. Apparently, Coconut Head went to Route 216 to do something that wasn't her freaking job, and they wanted me to bring her back. You have to get through Mount Coronet in order to reach Route 216. So after catching a Feebas who I named Haku, I evolved him the moment I added him to my team and made my way through this creepy ass cave.